Expo. Oh, wow.
We're here.
You in Montreal?
It's baseball season.
It is.
I go this way, this way.
You a Nats
I'm all
fan?
tilted. There we go.
There you go. You look good.
Okay.
Who
It's
didn't play for the
tilted.
Expos? It's always tilted. It's the way you're oriented to just tip the head.
Maybe I need some yoga. My posture's off a little bit. I got a question. Did you stay the whole game last night?
I didn't go.
What?
I've yet to go.
You got invited to the Mariners Yankees.
I did.
Yankees challenge 5 times. We have our live correspondent, Cal Raleigh walk-off. Colt Emerson signs a $90 million deal. He's the first minor league player, and we have our live correspondent reporting from T-Mobile
I couldn't make
Stadium.
it. I couldn't make it.
Nacho Bowl Cup.
Hey, listen though, the Mariners equal softcore porn text thread is on fire. People are engaged. Madden was at the game. Everyone's ecstatic. I don't know what we're doing with these contracts though. Like the guy hasn't even played yet.
I know. Was it a little too early? I know he's supposed to be good, and he's supposed to replace J.P. Crawford, right? Because Crawford's a free agent after the end of this season.
Smart.
But I'd like to see some at bats before I give him that money.
You did it with Julio, right? More or less. You just hit with Cal, right? Like no other. And I think what they're saying is let's invest wisely because this kid is really good. Long-term outlay. Where I think they just want to know. And then shortstop's a key position, right? Yeah. Really. So if you have your catcher, your center fielder, and your shortstop for the next 5 years, you're pretty good.
You have your core.
What's
good about it is if he's as good as they think he is, then he's locked in, and he can't get like those arbitration numbers that impact your ability to get other free agents.
Well, in arbitration, what are you compared against, right? The other shortstops in the league.
Yeah.
So if you're killing it and everyone's getting paid, say he's getting 10 mil. I don't know what the average yearly contract was, but I think it was somewhere 12, 15, somewhere in there. Okay. But if you're compared to someone making 30, Trey Turner or someone like that,
yeah, and then you're going to arbitration every year, and you're getting more and more money, and you can't get the other assets around him. So right. I actually like it. He's a great prospect. I don't want to K Winn jinx him, but I think he's going to be all right in the bigs.
He's got a baseball name, Colt Emerson. I mean, that's a baseball name. I'm happy with the signing. If the Mariners would have, if their core 2 through 4 hitters would have hit those first 2 games, we'd be 5-0.
Long
Can't be mad about it. Long season, 162 games. I think the magic number is 159. So
let's count it down every week on this podcast.
You're a Dodgers fan, though?
I'm a Dodgers. I'm an Expos. I'm a Giants fan. I'm all about the West Coast and the central part of Canada, I believe. I got to find out where Montreal is if I'm going to wear this hat. Anyways, I want to kick this show off, and I want to give a shout out to all our University of Arizona alums, because we're about to party like it's 1997. Where were you in 1997? Seinfeld was the #1 show on TV Thursday nights. You had Men in Black. That was the #1 movie show in 1997. And you had Mike Bibby, Michael Dickerson, Miles Simon, and Jason Terry cutting down the nets.
And they were a what seed? I know this, like the back.
4.
They were a 4 seed. Okay. So this is the year. Where was I? This is the year I think it was 8th grade, 7th grade. And all of my buddies would congregate at my house before we went to school. We were in this weird break where we didn't have to go to school till 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. And we had a little draft. You drafted 4 teams. Everyone put in $5 or $20 to the winner. I had Arizona in the fourth round, took home $20. At that time, that's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of money. So I know where I was. And I don't know if, no offense, they're not going to be partying. They're not going to make the national title game.
First of all, the university alums will be partying and they will make the natty. All right. Because also during that year, 1997, it was a big Puff Daddy year. So I was going to lead in with that, but he's kind of canceled and he's kind of like a bit of a jerk because of all the stuff that he does. But his sidekick, Notorious B.I.G., had a song called More Money, More Problems. And for
Ooh.
all you people in the streets, it's Mo Money, Mo Problems. And college basketball is going to have Mo Money. Excuse me. The Arizona Wildcats are going to have Mo Money, and college basketball is going to have Mo Problems because that NIL money is going to come in once they win the Natty.
And Tommy Lloyd's gone. He gone. Tommy Lloyd is gone. They might party, and then Tommy Lloyd might fly away.
Is he going to Carolina?
If he loses, I mean, this is how all coaches. Tommy Lloyd said it best in his own interview. He goes, "I went somewhere because I saw how the landscape was changing. Arizona's operating at a deficit from the entire university. I think they don't have any money. They're not going to give Tommy Lloyd money to when you're at a deficit across the board." North Carolina, is there a more blue blood school than blue blood? And guess who has money that's invested in the basketball program? Michael Jordan himself.
Yeah.
Michael will fund NIL. And if Michael wants Tommy Lloyd to come coach his alma mater, Tommy Lloyd's probably going to go coach his alma mater. Like that's just what I'm thinking.
It's hard to turn down a call if Michael Jordan, your number one booster and advocate, gives you a call. How you can turn it down. Dusty May is also a candidate. So I'm saying whoever wins this game might win the job of UNC because it's going to be the battle of their top two candidates. It's them, and then it's Billy Donovan, Nate Oates, I don't know.
Or maybe you lose. Maybe you lose to get a jump on the transfer portal. I don't know.
The interview process?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. What does that look like? I think Tommy's gone. He gone.
He gone. But we're still here. Hello and welcome to Big Ben and K Winn. Each and every week, we come to you with a brand new podcast. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you tickle that subscribe button. If you're more of an audio podcast person, anywhere you get your audio podcast, that's Spotify, that's Apple, and everywhere else, you can subscribe. But make sure you also give us a 5-star review. It really help us out. On social media, it's at Big Ben K Winn _. That is Threads, that's TikTok, that's Instagram, that's Blue Sky, that's Facebook, that's follow the Discord. I'm K Winn, he's Big Ben. We're going to talk Final Four predictions, national championship prediction. We'll get into a little bit of baseball and that automatic ball strike system challenge, ABS. It's not IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, which some of these umpires might have because they might be losing their job.
Ooh. All right, I got to start with this.
Let's hear it.
I did crisis training the other week. Have you ever done crisis training?
I have not.
So if in crisis training, someone's going through crisis, right? They're impacting others around them. They need help, whether it's a mental health crisis or it's a drug crisis or whatever it is. Like you got to get a point man, and then you got to kind of get resources around you that you can, help and make sure everyone else is safe around you. But in crisis, in kind of managing crisis, you know what you'd love? You know what you'd love above all? A timeout. Just timeout. Just give me a timeout. Just everyone timeout. Everyone stop what you're doing. Let's assess what this person needs. Are they hungry, tired, angry, thirsty, whatever? Just get them what they need, right? They probably need some. You know what the Duke Blue Devils needed in the last 8 seconds of that game is a timeout. Coach K probably called him or texted him, literally, use your timeout, because they were in a time of crisis. And you could see it. Like when is the last time you saw probably the proverbial national player of the year, Cam Boozer, try to throw it over two dudes like it was a sack of potatoes? And just that whole thing played out. What's the gentleman's name who was when the closeout, like wasn't even a hand up.
Yeah.
There wasn't anyone in his face. But take a timeout. Take a timeout. You had one in your pocket. Take a timeout. Shire blows it again. They blew it like he might be in the hot seat just for that late game management. But aren't you taught that? Don't go away with any timeouts in your pocket. Am I wrong?
I think you're right. I think you could call a timeout, which is on Shire. I don't want to dump on these kids because they are kids. Also, they should have just held on to the ball because they had to foul to get the ball back, and then you're going to the free throw line, and hopefully you're hitting one or two free throws. But I think it does go back to the coach in late game situations. I read somewhere Duke has 3 losses this year in all one possession games. Go back last year, Houston, they lost that game, this game. I think John Shire is going to use this as motivation, and he's going to continually get better and learn. And I think he'll be all right. I think he will win a national championship, but this one is a tough pill to swallow for Duke fans and everyone in Carolina. And to go back to your earlier point, I think Carolina is looking at all this Duke success. And when I say success, they're getting much further in the tournament than Carolina. They're getting all these day one pros. They're getting like all these commercials, Cooper Flag. You've got Tatum. I think Carolina is going to do whatever they can to make sure they get either Tommy Lloyd, and if they can't, it's got to be Dusty May.
Yeah. And what do you think? I don't think Duke has to hold steady, right? I mean, they are who they are. They're their own brand. They're not going to change. I think Carolina has lost some of the, to your point, some of the luster, and then watching Duke do what they've been doing. But thank gosh Shire can't manage late games. And they don't look as bad relative to Duke. Yeah. The other part of this, Hurley thought the ref, so there was a thing like, did the ref come over and hit Hurley after the game, or he thought the ref was coming to chest bump him, like he was going to congratulate Hurley. This is just weird to me. Like, does a conspiracy come out to you in any way where it's well, kind of like UConn's advancing again? Could both UConn programs win? Could it also be that UConn's not in the Big Four, so there's still this kind of little guy can compete type thing? Do you see any of that, or am I reading it wrong?
I definitely don't think the guy was coming to chest bump him. But there is a large contingent of people that don't like Duke. They're the New York Yankees of college basketball. And I had so many text threads going at Duke lost. It's that meme from White Lotus. It's the guy who wants to end things. I don't think the fix was in. I just think Duke did not execute the whole second half, the last 10 minutes of the game, and especially the last minute of the game.
I don't think the fix was in. I just don't think that many people were disappointed by the outcome, changing the outcome. Fair? Yeah. Fair. I mean, to think, because Hurley, it was almost like he was surprised that they had won. Like, how could that happen? Like that's not on the bingo card.
I would even argue
that's not even script.
The refs probably don't like Hurley and probably wanted Duke to win because Hurley is such an irritant on the sideline complaining about everything.
Maybe next year, Duke. Maybe next year. They'll continue to have good teams. They got Duke guys.
They have back-to-back national players of the year. They'll have a top 5 recruiting class. They produce pros. They got that NIL money, and they're always on TV. They'll be all right. It took a lot of coaches some time to get over the hump, right? And Shire's still, maybe 4 years in, 5 years in?
I think Coach K didn't make it to the turning until his 10th year at Duke. So, I mean, they are where they are because of Coach K, but still, you ask any, going back, Florida's been the one back-to-back after UCLA's run. Right, so you don't do it every year, and the fact that they got no recruits saying they're on the downturn, right?
It makes it look even worse when you see how well Con Knippel's played this year, along with Cooper Flag. You're like, how did that team not win a natty?
Don't know. Duke finds ways to screw it up.
They find ways. Should we get in the Final Four here?
Sure.
Okay, let's start with the early game. We got Illinois, which I found out is only a 2-hour drive from Indianapolis, where the Final Four is playing UConn, which is on the East Coast. So you've got East Coast market. You've got, I guess, double Midwest market with Michigan and Illinois, and then you've got Arizona. Yeah. This is a great Final Four. I'm excited.
Both coasts represented. Texas and Florida are a little peeved, but we'll get by. But more importantly, conferences, right? The Big Ten
Mm-hmm.
could get two in.
Yeah.
Could get two in. Here's a little data point for you. You go look at the number of fans, or you take it alumni represented in the Big 12 or 10 relative to other conferences. It's massive. The markets that they have, and it plays into my theory that just what you mentioned, that Illinois is only 2 hours away. They're going to have a lot of people there.
A lot of people.
In fact, Illinois is so ramped up about this happening that they did alcohol restrictions, consumption restrictions in Champaign, like tempered things. You could only buy one keg per person, meaning only one keg. Like that's going to limit much, but only one keg, right? Like, so I think there's some momentum around Illinois, and I think UConn has exhausted all the magic that they have going on. Stojakovic, is it Stojakovic?
Yeah. Yes. Page's son.
There's a storyline for you. Page will probably be there, right? He's got to be.
Yeah, got to be.
So locality matters. I think backing, more eyes, Illinois. UConn's got to, but I think that's the script says that's how far you're going to go, UConn. You're not going to go win the national title. You're going to get past Duke, but that's the end of the script.
So the spread is Illinois minus 2.5.
That move.
And if I'm following what you're dropping, or if I'm picking up what you're dropping down, you're going to Illinois.
I'm going to Illinois. I think you think about it, they didn't have a big test last round. I mean, they won by 12, I believe. So you're more emotionally rested, right? I think you had more time to prepare probably for what's moving forward. And who knows, UConn might not, like Hurley might not be done celebrating that win over Duke until he walks on the court to play in Indianapolis. That's how I see it. Illinois wins.
Big Ben's got Illinois. I'm going to think about this a little further. Illinois is the most efficient offensive team, according to KenPom. They've got Keaton Wagner. They've got Stojakovic, who's the antithesis of his dad, because his dad could shoot it. He drives and gets in the hole. It's a weird dynamic. You would think he's not the son of the great shooter, Paige Stojakovic. But anyways, he gets in the lane. He causes havoc. Then you've got Mirovic. But then you've got Kylan Boswell. Early in the year, he's playing like an all Big 12 player, but he got hurt. Keaton Wagner stepped up. He really hasn't gotten that momentum. They've got the bigs. They've got the size. And they got the guy who can control the ball down the stretch. But I'm going UConn, baby. No. They've got the rebounding. They've got the half-court execution. They're going to slow this up. And they've got the experience. They've been to the Final Four 3 times in 4 years. They're going to try to win this thing 3 times in 4 years. I think it matters. Danny Hurley, yes, he's annoying, but he's a great coach, and he's been there. Alex Caravan's been there. Travaris Reed is playing like Shaquille O'Neal. He just puts up 20 and 20. He can't be stopped. Brayden Mullins is feeling himself a little bit. So I think UConn, almost forgotten 2 weeks ago, they were badly disrespected by me, and I'm not going to disrespect them or my UConn Husky fans in the Northeast. I'm going UCON, UConn. Huskies win it. And Dan Hurley, wow. John Shire on the way down, Danny Hurley on the way up. What is that, escalator? We're going to see it.
Okay, fair. Fair. That's a good assessment of the game, and UConn does have really good players.
It's going to be a great game.
It is, absolutely. It's going to be a really, really good game. Because Illinois has been forgotten since D. Brown and Deron Williams, right? Like that's so long ago. And they're looking, their football program's okay, but they're just looking for something to grasp onto. Might be limit 2 kegs this time around, but I mean,
how much champagne can they buy in Champaign?
Ooh. Yeah, no, that's what I found ironic, is that they're limiting alcohol sales in a city called Champaign. Arizona, Michigan. God, the storylines abound.
Yeah.
Dusty May. Where would you say if Danny Hurley's up and to the right, where's Dusty May? Is he on the same trajectory?
He's a little further behind him because he hasn't won a natty. Hurley's got 2 natties.
He does. Is this Dusty May's first one? Does he?
It will be if he wins.
It will be if he wins.
Yeah.
So what does Michigan got to do to win?
They've got to do is just be the Wolverines. So all year, the top 3 teams, it's been Arizona, Michigan, and Duke. Arizona, Michigan, Duke. Top 3 teams. I look at Ken Palm. Love me some Ken Palm. These 2 teams are like mirror images in terms of like offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency, both in the top 5. They both have 7 players that average at least more than 8 points a game. They've got bigs. They've got guards. They're physical. They're strong. They can run. They can play half court. They're not dependent on a score or a couple scores. They're the exact same team. So I think it's going to come down to turnovers. And Michigan averages, I think, 12 turnovers a game. U of A is going to speed them up. They're going to turn them over. And we're going to party like it's 1997. The Cats will all be in the building. And I'm going to run up and fluff Lute Olson's hair like they did in 1997.
I think your theory's off in that we've seen this happen before. A coach, he didn't even turn it down, Tommy Lloyd. Like, what do you do as a player in that instant? Like, is our coach leaving? Like, you got to
the same thing as Michigan. They don't know if their coach.
Well, no. I don't. I think Dusty's been pretty persistent on. I'm happy here at Michigan, and I think Michigan has more of a blueprint of what you can do moving forward with NIL money and the backing of alum and so forth. Arizona, not so much. I think Michigan wins this game for 2 reasons. They didn't play a game last round. Like, they didn't have to, like, they just didn't. They won by like 30, I think it was 32, something along that.
They went on a 20-0 run.
You didn't even play. Like, you didn't even play a game. And you're getting down the stretch where you're traveling. You're not staying at home. Michigan's pretty close to home with Indianapolis. Probably not 2 hours like Illinois, but you're definitely in the same time zone. So Michigan didn't have a game last game. They're ready to go. They probably already had film on Arizona running at halftime. Like,
Arizona blew out Purdue in the second half.
In the second half, though.
So it's
they had to turn it on. Michigan didn't even get out of first gear. Like, let's be honest. Here's the other part, too. A Big Ten, Michigan, Illinois would just be – that would be wonderful for the Big Ten, and I think for the NCAA.
It'd be great for the Midwest.
Exactly. So I'm going Midwest. I'm going to Midwest final. I'm going – the ticket prices are astronomically high. The entire Midwest, all of do-nothing middle of the country is going to be watching this game, the national title, because it's going to be Illinois, Michigan.
Well, I've got the exact opposite. I've got UConn, Arizona. UConn has never lost a national championship game. And I'm not talking about the women. I'm talking about the men. But they will this Monday night because U of A is going to cut down those nets. They've got 3 players in the first round of the NBA draft. You've got Koa Pete, Braden Burris. You've got Karivas, the center. And you've got Jaden Bradley, who's probably going to get drafted in the second round. They're deep. They're talented. They're effective. And I trust U of A's guards more than I trust Michigan's guards at this point. And it comes down to a point guard. I don't know if Jaden Bradley's a point guard, but Brandon Burries is a shooting point guard.
He is.
Baby Arenas is what I call him.
I don't know if you want to be called Baby Arenas.
On the court, not off the court.
Yeah, there you go. Let me ask you this. You're at your current employer. Another employer says, I will quintuple your salary and give you 4 times as much NIL money you were at previous place if you lose this game. What do you do?
I'd go out and win the game.
Ooh. And then charge twice as much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you are so close to winning a national championship. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I know money. Some people value money, but I personally value a chance at a national championship. So I go out and win it. I say, hey, Because your price can just go up if you win it.
You get more money. True. I mean, what if you were able to pull a national championship coach? Has that ever been done? You win the Natty and you're gone. That'd be a move.
I think it's happened to the NBA, right? I think Pitino probably did it after he won.
Oh,
yeah,
maybe.
Pitino went to the Celtics afterwards.
Maybe. You might be right.
But okay. I don't think a college coach has switched to another college program.
But that's how it's getting. Like, if there's anyone, here's where I'm going with this. If there's anyone, just based on his comments and how he looks at the landscape of where collegiate sports is going, and specifically basketball, if there's anyone that would do that, it'd be Tommy Lloyd.
Why can't U of A produce money? They're
go
in the big,
go look at the books, buddy. Go look at the books. They're not. It's not good. It is not good. There's a reason Jed Fish left and came to UW. He said these guys have money. There's no endowment. There's no research. It's like it's a state school more. It's not a state school, but it just doesn't have the cachet and funding and money. They just don't.
So is this a booster thing?
I think it will. Think about it this way: if you're very in debt, right? You're not going to go out and buy a new car. You're going to pay off your debt. Like I just don't
personally get more.
But I
just switched credit cards and then extend that debt.
I think Tommy says if maybe he wins the Natty, maybe he does, right? But he thinks that's probably the best he's ever going to get, and everyone else is going to catch up and pass him, So I think he looks at there's probably 5 jobs: Kentucky, North Carolina, Duke, UConn at this point, and maybe you throw Florida in there where he goes, they have the money where I can go be in the mix at all times. And UConn or North Carolina's if you want to quote unquote turn around a program, you can do that.
Yeah, I was gonna look at this guy. I don't know what his name is, but Cody Campbell from Texas Tech. The guy who's a billionaire who's just hey, I'm setting up the collective, the booster. So is that what you need? Do you need a billionaire or a bunch of people that can generate $1 billion to be a helping hand to your program to compete in college sports now?
I think we had an idea that the NIL was going to be like all these little businesses are going to come together, and then like we'll give the players money to promote their businesses. Like that didn't work. Like the businesses weren't going to pay some kid $6 million, right, for whatever it may be. And so I think colleges talk about, let's use our endowment money, right? Even if that was the case, Harvard and Stanford would far and away dominate. But they're smart. They're not going to give their money because they're probably not going to see as much as a return as they're investing, right? Yeah. Like Alabama made $40 million profit off football and men's basketball predominantly. That's the best you're going to get, right? And then you think about all the costs, so it's a losing proposition. Doesn't make business sense. But so yes, it comes down to some dude with a bunch of money that says, I want to field a good basketball team at my alma mater. Let's go do it. And Jordan's that guy.
Okay. Should we switch to baseball?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to start off with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Vegas has them at 102.5 wins. Are you going under or over on that, Big Ben?
102.5. That's where I pegged the Mariners at. Like that would be a phenomenal season. It's all relative to the teams they're playing. You got to think, okay, if they're going to win that many, the Diamondbacks got to stink. The Padres got to
swept them.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, Diamondbacks are probably the worst of the bunch, maybe in that.
No, Rockies.
Okay, so you have the Rockies and Diamondbacks, so that you're going to win probably 80% of those games. How are you going to do against the Giants and the Pods? That's right. So that's going to predict it, I think. So probably not. Probably 90.
I'm going over, and I'm going they are going to beat your Seattle Mariners 2001 record of 116 wins. The Dodgers are getting 117 wins. They added Edwin Diaz and Kyle Tucker to the dynasty. Edwin Diaz is a relief pitcher, one of the best relief pitchers in the game. What did the Dodgers struggle with? Relief pitching. Well, not anymore. Kyle Tucker just extended that lineup. They have so many weapons. They have so many all-stars. They can afford to rest players who are a little banged up, take the day off. And oh, by the way, they have Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith. Los Angeles Dodgers will beat your Seattle Mariners record and win 118 games this year, Big Ben.
I don't think you have to, do you? You don't have to do that.
I'm saying if you're the evil empire, yeah, you've gone back to back. What about a three-peat?
No, I'm saying the
record for
three-peat. But
most wins.
I agree with you. They are by far and away the most talented team, deepest team. Edwin Diaz used to play for the Mariners. The trumpet intro is amazing. Like, I get it, the Dodgers, but I'm just saying you don't have to do that. You don't have to go, unless that's, you came into spring training and said, let's win 118 games and, we want the Mariners record. Like, unless that's your objective, I don't see any reason why you're going to do that or press, play your starters down the stretch, not rest, whatever.
I don't think they have to do it. I just think they're so deep they are going to do it.
Just by default.
Yeah.
We're just this good.
Yeah.
Law of averages, we got to be okay.
Yes.
Okay. I get it. Like, if there's any team ever assembled right now or in the last 3 decades since the Mariners, back in 2001, 116? I think they
even if they're coasting, they're still starting 4 all-stars.
Right, exactly. Unless they expand the roster and just run out some guys. No, I could see that. I could absolutely see that. Just based on the talent alone, I don't disagree. 118 would be
it's even more surprising. Mariners did it with, I won't say their pitching staff because someone in my family is friends with their pitching staff.
John Halama, I think, was a starter. Freddie Garcia, starter. It was a
Jamie Moyer.
Boom, hitting clocking 82 fastball in there. I agree with you. The Dodgers are. God, there was an article that just talked about how baseball has changed. The parity, like everything is. You can go out and buy players, structure contracts efficiently, all these things, and Dodger baseball. It's if you three-peat is just you kind of lay down your bats if you're the other teams, right? And just okay.
It hasn't been done since the Yankees, I think, 2000.
But they could go on a Yankee type run, to be honest. If it depends on when the money runs out. If I haven't seen the books in terms of return on. Ohtani does so much for them.
Oh yeah,
so much. How the Angels didn't monetize him more is beyond me.
How they didn't win with Trout and Ohtani, or we didn't get to the playoffs. Unbelievable. Let's switch topics here. The automatic ball strike system, known as the ABS challenge system. I've got some statistics for you, Big Ben, because I know you and our listeners love some statistics. Through 6 games from March 21st, let me go again. Through 6 games from March 25th through March 30th, I'm not counting right now because we're recording as games are going on Tuesday. There's been a total of 227 challenges. 124 of them have been overturned. The batters have gotten 50% right, and the fielders, that's the catchers, the pitchers, have gotten 58% right. And we've noticed that the bottom of the strike zone is where people are taking advantage to win these challenges. And pitches thrown on 3-2 accounts, and they're doing it early in the game. Last night, on Monday night, the Yankees were 5 for 5. So you get 2 challenges. But if you're successful, you don't lose a challenge. So ultimately, you can keep challenging for the rest of the game as long as you're successful. What do you think?
Ooh, one tenured umpire. Well, I liken it to this. You've been to a tennis game, right? Or a tennis match at like the U.S. Open. You know when the line judge and
the Open, but another one.
So they challenge, right?
Yeah.
And there's this clapping. There's like intrigue, right? And it's usually by a sliver. Kind of the same thing. So there's a Greyhawk system with 9 cameras, all kind of orienting, like framing up this strike zone. And one umpire goes, "Do you really want to berate a guy and just in front of everyone and tell him how bad of a job he did?" But what you're telling me is it's a coin flip. It's 50-50, 50 right, 50. And at that point, that's what I think we want, right? Like we don't know one way or the other. Now, if it becomes a problem where the players are right 95% of the time, like, okay, umpiring probably needs to be looked at. But in this case, I think it's working how it's supposed to work. And I think the umpires, it's kind of a fact check, more or less, for them. If you're only losing, if it's 50-50 and, oh, okay, that's right, maybe I'm just oriented wrong towards like whatever it is. I think everything's working out is where I'm going with this. And the thought of the umpires being like beleaguered and wanting to throw off and get out of here, they still got a job and they're doing it pretty well.
For now, I think what's going to happen is yeah, it's about 50%, but there's probably some umpires that are lower on the totem
Well,
pole
this,
with
yeah,
the ones that are constantly getting overturned.
fair. But that's also kind of, you look at it like, how are we training our umpires? I mean, maybe the umpires get better as a result, right? But it hasn't, I don't think it's slowed down the game at all.
No.
And there's still more fan engagement around it. You have the guy behind you. So, oh, that was a strike. Oh, that was a, come on, up. And then all of a sudden, okay, nope, you're wrong, buddy. Stop talking. Like that helps. That helps.
I actually like it for the game because it doesn't slow it up. It holds everyone accountable, but it gives our hitters the ability to be more patient.
Yes.
So, like, Cal Raleigh's more patient, Aaron Judge is more patient, Mike Trout is more patient. And if they're more patient, that's going to expand on their offensive numbers and run production and great wins. So Mike Trout was 3 for 4, not last night in hits. That's his annual total for the ABS system. Elliot Ramos and the Giants 2 for 2. Teoscar Hernandez 2 for 2.
Well, yeah,
It's
good
great to
eye.
see.
Do you take that in arbitration too?
Yeah.
What, we're a week in? If the averages hold, I think it's really good for the game of ball. 50-50, one way or the other. We don't know. Someone challenge. I do think it should be a player, or like, you can't look over you can't get a pause. You can't look over to the ump, the manager, and have him kind of quarrel around whether he should do.
No, you can't. So the rules stipulate that you have to make it immediately, and you can't look for outside help. You can't look at the dugout. So there's no way Houston can game the system and bang trash cans so that you get the automatic ball strikes. But Ronald Kuna is over 2. I think in the clubhouse there's got to be some kangaroo court.
There has to be, right?
If you miss it,
well, by how much?
You're
right?
buying team dinner tonight.
There's probably a record. Like, well, you missed it by however long. So far, good for the game.
Great for the game. You got anything else?
I don't. That's it.
Yeah.
We got through it all.
Yeah, I think we got through. I think we did it. I
got to buy your hat.
Yes, you do. Why don't you do it right now?
What just happened to my phone? I can't even figure out if we hit all the agenda.
When's your first M's game?
I don't know. Might be a day game against the A's in like 2 weeks.
Wow,
I know.
Not sure win for the A's.
That's it. We should go to Sacramento. You want to meet in Sacramento? Go to a game?
Stay at the Kimpton.
Ooh, see some Kings players.
Yeah,
they got a good bowling alley there too. No one's ever there. The Kimpton, wonderful place. The only reason I'd go to Sacramento, get away, bowl a little bit, go to a Kings game, jettison home.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight for you, Sacramento, but I don't think there's much else out there.
There isn't. All right, so get this though. I do want to touch on one thing. Expansion talks in the NBA have started, feasibility exercise. So the Kraken went out and bought a majority stake in where the arena will effectively, where the Supersonics would play.
And where's that?
Climate Pledge. It used to be Old Key Arena. The structure, it's still in the middle of Seattle Center. Great venue.
So they're just going to renovate that place?
Parking's atrocious. No, they've already renovated it for the most part.
Okay.
Silver's going to walk through and say, okay, I'd want some more things done. But overall, we can have an NBA team here. But if that happens, Seattle will be one of very few cities to have both all of the big four. So you have an NHL team, NBA team, MLB team, and NFL team.
And MLS.
We got MLS. We have women's hockey. We got rugby, and I saw that we had an ultimate frisbee team, women's ultimate frisbee. So we have the gamut. If you want any sports, come to Seattle. But it will also make for, I think it's an opportune time because the Mariners are good, the Seahawks are good. If the Kraken make the playoffs, like all of a sudden there's more broader attention. Couldn't be a better time for, again, if you're the ownership group that's looking at the Sonics,
Yeah.
like people want to be at a game when you're watching wins. People win. So
I hope you guys get a team. I think you guys deserve a team. I don't know why you guys lost a team. Seattle, West Coast. It's just a great basketball city.
it is. It is. And to be honest, if a team comes, like I would love to see some Seattle NBA players on the team. And I want Durant back for 1 year. I want Durant back on the Sonics.
So you want Durant, Nate Robinson?
No, I want Durant,
Brandon
Devontae
Roy.
Murray, Zach LaVine. I want like some just hodgepodge, but make it all like.
That's a lot of guards. Oh, you got to get your boy Spencer Hawes back.
No, Spence.
There's no big guys on your team.
Hold on, I'll think of some big guys. Isaiah Stewart. He went to UW.
Stewart, yeah.
He'll be the what's the guy? The enforcer. He'll be the enforcer on the team. But Seattle needs a team.
Would you count like a Gonzaga guy, like Casey Calvary?
Sure.
Back?
No, not Casey Calvary. Give us
Ronnie Turioff?
Yes, we'll take the Frenchman. Give us like some futures guys to get Ike in the program.
Martell Webster. Seattle's really good at guards and wings.
Marvin Williams.
Powell.
Bremerton guy. God, there's been a lot of. But give me like a starting backcourt of Devontae Murray, Zach LaVine, and
Todd McCullough. Didn't he play at UW? Boom. Oh, no. Wait. We forgot. At Big Ben K Winn _ anywhere you get your social media. That's TikToks, that's Threads, that's Instagram. Make sure you follow us and like our posts. Anywhere you get your audio podcast, that's Spotify, that's iHeart, that's even iTunes, which is also known as Apple Podcasts. Make sure you subscribe and give us 5 stars. And if you're more of a video podcast person, drop your comments below. When you're looking and watching this YouTube clip, you can also hit that subscribe button.
Big Ten. Big Ten.
Big East. Big Bobby Hurley.
Big Bobby Hurley and
Tommy Lloyd wins a natty. He can't leave.
Tommy Lloyd.
He can't leave after a natty.
Yeah. He'll come back when they raise the banner in the rafters and he's flying a private jet back there and stealing some recruits from the transfer portal and flying back.
Steve Kerr and Gronk are going to start a collective and keep Tommy Lloyd in Tucson.
Better question. Do you think all of the, say, guys that aren't, and I mean, Tommy's, how many NBA players do you believe he has?
5.
Okay. The cupboards are bare. Again.
You just reload.
Nope, you do not. Everyone else has got more money than you.
They got a new 5-star guy.
Everyone else has more money than you.
Transfer portal.
Kids don't care about legacy in the universe. They care about money. I want money. See ya. I'm going to North Carolina.
You're telling me he's not paying Koa Pete? Koa Pete's an All-American.
Koa Pete, yeah, sure. He's
Brandon Burgess is an All-American. They're paying those guys.
Right, but they're getting high return on what they had to pay him. Where's Koa Pete from? You got to find a pipeline. Guys.
Arizona.
There you go. He's gone.
Boom.